Speak Life Radio.
What's up, and welcome to another episode of Speak Life Radio right here on GorillaCross.com. Streaming live also on the Gorilla Cross app and all of our social media at Gorilla Cross. Follow us live, broadcasting every Tuesday, 8 p.m. West Coast time, and Friday, 2 p.m. West Coast time. Broadcast live from downtown Las Vegas. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have another dope show for you once again, live on a late Tuesday evening. I got a special co-host in the building. He's the host of Straight Bet Sports right here on Gorilla Cross Radio every Wednesday, 9 p.m. West Coast time. I got my man Jose V in the building. He'll be doing music reviews with me to tell you how bad your music and videos are. Jose, what's good?
What's good, my man? I'm just enjoying this beat.
Hey.
I'm ready for tonight, though. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Sundance Terra Firma Productions with the beats in the background. Of course, the other beats we're going to be playing in a minute won't be his. You'll notice those are going to be some Notorious B.I.G. instrumentals. It is March 9th, and you know that is the anniversary of the death of Notorious B.I.G. So listen, man, everybody tuned into the live chat. Make sure you share the live video stream with your people right now. Share it a lot. Push that share button and just keep sharing it with all your people. We are here live in the studio. And what I also need you to do is shout your city. Let us know where you're listening from. If you're from another country, let us know too. We want to know where you're listening from right here, right now on Speak Life Radio, GorillaCross.com, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in on a weekly basis, man. It's been dope building with everybody recently. So, man, make sure you tune in. We have a dope interview coming up in about 1 minute and 33 seconds. I got my man KJ-52 live on the line. We're going to be talking about his new album called 1 Year Ago. A lot going on that. So we're going to be getting into that in just a minute. But Jose, how's your week been, man? What's going on? And welcome to Speak Life Radio, man. First time.
Everything's good, man. Just a lot going on. Just moved, you know what I mean? Moved into the new house, got the new house. So still a lot going on. So I'm actually glad you asked me to come on the show tonight, because if not, I'd be at home doing a lot more stuff around the house.
Be doing those chores,
does not
huh?
Stop. But, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it, though.
Especially when you just moved in.
Yeah.
How's the new spot?
It's good, man. It's nice. Hopefully you can come check it out sometime. I know COVID's still crazy, but hey, mi casa, su casa, you know that. Anytime you want to come through, come on through.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
But I'm excited. I want to listen to some of this music. And like I told you earlier, I was a bit nervous, but then I thought about it. Like you said, if people don't want to get critiqued, don't send your music in, right? Simple.
Exactly. And you can't worry about what people think, man.
Yeah.
And listen, Jose's new, so, you know, if you don't like your music, he doesn't like it, you know?
Simple.
You can't blame somebody for not liking your music, you know? Your mom will like your music.
Canada in the building.
Not everybody else will like your music. Shout out to the journalists in Canada.
Sorry, didn't mean
shout
to
out
jump
to
over
DJ Lost and Found in BX in the house. And yeah, I haven't jumped on Twitter or YouTube yet to check them, but we are here. We are live right now Hey, man, I'm going to introduce this next guest. He's a legend in the game, man. He is definitely a legend. A lot of people take that as being old. That doesn't mean old. It just means you're legendary. And he just dropped a new album. Been doing things for a long time. I know Jose has an Eminem question to ask him. Jose, this is your first time being introduced to KJ. I know you know you're not big into Christian hip hop. You're kind of new to it through Gorilla Cross. So I've known of him and known him for quite a while. But we have him live on the line right now. Everybody give a warm Speak Life Radio welcome to my man KJ-52 in the building. What's good?
How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Guys? Just over here on the East Coast, man. Yeah, I like what you said about legendary. I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm just take the legend, no dairy.
Hey, legend, no dairy.
Someone told me I look like these days the missing member of the BC Boys, and I took that as a compliment.
I mean, it depends on how you take that. Because one of them's missing because he passed away, so I don't know if they're saying you
not the dead one.
Okay.
Ad Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, like an Ad Rock stunt double.
Okay.
But, nah, man, we go way back. Good to see you, man. Las Vegas finest in the building here. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Man.
Good to meet you, Jose. God bless you, man.
Same here, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Looking forward to this chat.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, let's talk, man. The new album's out now. We called you legendary. How does that feel to someone like you? You've been doing it for a long time. Do you kind of like cringe at that, thinking like they're going to think I'm old if I'm legendary? Or do you take it as a compliment knowing you've been doing it for so long?
The age thing, I can really care less. I fully embrace where I'm at
Good.
in life. I think it's just, I find it interesting that, for Christian hip hop, that's such a young genre that you could have legends in a genre that's still, just kind of coming into its own. I mean, maybe Pioneer might be a little better, or but I mean, look, I first and foremost was a fan of the music. It's something that reached me when I was a teenager. So I think we all stand on the shoulders of those that come before us, and whatever contributions I made or continue to make, to God be the glory. You know what I mean? But I would appreciate anything, anytime somebody pays me a compliment, I appreciate it. I got nothing bad to say about that.
That's good, man. Out there in Florida, I know it's late for you right now. What's it like out there? COVID, you're an artist. I know you make a lot of your living traveling and doing stuff like that. You're also a pastor now. So you're in the church. Churches were shut down for a while. How did you live through this COVID season? And where are you guys at right now in Florida? Because everybody in the country is opening in different ways. Vegas is slightly opened. They're more open for the tourists. They don't care about the locals. California is still shut down. Texas pretty much said, screw it, take your mask off. Where are you guys at in Florida right now?
Well, I mean, it's weird. I mean, look, all I can say is God's sovereign. The fact that I came off the road in January full time and transferred over to the church world, I mean, I couldn't have picked a better time to get out of business because, I mean, I still had a handful of shows. I still had a decent amount of shows booked, all of it canceled. I mean, had I been relying on that, I mean, most of my peers are dead in the water or have been. So, I mean, I went from, again, making that shift into the church world, but still having some dates to, I think I played probably less shows than the fingers on my hand last year.
Wow.
I mean, and even then some of this stuff has tried to have been reopened this year. I just had something that was supposed to happen in like 2 weeks, just cancel again. I mean, the beauty is I'm not relying on it like I used to be anymore. So like, I mean, that's not why I moved away from that. But as far as Florida, I mean, look, Florida man is not just a headline. It's a way of life. I mean, we do what we do out here. And we don't care what anybody else has to say.
So remember, I actually went to Florida for my birthday in January.
Yeah.
And it's the same. I mean, at least from what I was told when I was out there, it's not like it is out here. Wearing a mask is not required. It's recommended. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And there's some businesses that you can walk into, and if the owner doesn't have one and they don't tell you to wear one, you're cool with it. Like, Florida's open, man.
Yeah, and we kind of always were. I mean, it's funny because literally this time last year, that was probably the hardest restrictions we had. Our church did shut down for about 2.5 months, maybe. You know, we shut down as far as visitors, but we opened back up again late May, and we're almost back to full capacity as far as people that have returned.
Wow.
So, I mean, we're almost back. Look, I'll tell you my opinion. I love my governor. Like, he did a phenomenal job. Like, he was like, nope, this is what we're doing. We're not, you know, I mean, he's, you know, he left it up to the local counties. And so there was some mask mandates. Our city never did. I'm in a town that's like big enough to be a city, but not like one of the major Florida cities. So we actually fell in the most perfect spot possible. So, you know, honestly, man, I mean, we have it great. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's been a phenomenon. I'm not saying like it's every church is like that or every business is like that, but truth be told, we were almost not COVID proof. You know, I know a ton of people that got it, you know, on our staff or whatever, but we're just cranking along. I mean, somebody told me we're the number one economy now. We're the number one in like real estate.
Wow.
I mean, everybody's escaping here. So
wow.
I haven't had a neighbor since I moved into this house in 16 years. And they're finally building a house next to me.
That's crazy.
So.
That's crazy. How do you feel when you hear, you know, you see things online, you hear things on the news that Florida and everybody in Florida is being reckless with this through the past year?
I think we've been reckless. I don't think we've ever not been reckless. So, I mean, I think that's the only thing. Look, I'm born and raised here. So, like, I mean, the reality is our state has always been like this. Like, it's never not, you know, been this way. You know, I don't think, I mean, you could say we're reckless, but I guess you could also say that we also allow you to make your own choices. I mean, truth is, you can quarantine if you want. You can wear a mask if you want. You can avoid people if you want. I mean, all these things are up to you. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Like, businesses do have, you know, businesses do say, you know, masks recommended when you come in. But listen, man, I went to Sam's yesterday. I've been going into Sam's almost every place. I don't wear a mask.
Okay.
They don't say nothing to me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll put it on, you know, like Starbucks would tell me to, but it's the same with our church. And I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way. We've just decided, if you want to wear one, fine. We have social distance seating for you, no problem.
It's good.
And if you still don't feel good about it, watch us online. But I think that's maybe what's really more. But it's not like that in the major cities. The major cities are more restrictive. Okay.
So. Now you walking in the store without your mask, are you sure they're not saying anything because you're KJ-52 and they're like, well, you know,
No, I'm 6'2". Maybe they just don't want to mess with me. No, it's not that. I think it just comes down to our number. Look, we're like 26th in COVID cases, but we have one of the highest, oldest populations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we're the third most populated state, it would seem like our COVID cases would be just as high, right?
Yeah.
And yet our COVID cases are super low. I'm no expert. I just think the reality is here we have space, we have sunshine, and we have the ability to get outside.
Yeah.
So it was something like 85% of the people that got COVID had vitamin D deficiency. I mean, it's warm here all the time.
Yeah, and they were telling everybody to stay inside. That was the big thing. Stay inside, wear your mask, shut up, don't talk to people. And you're right. They in turn say you need vitamin D, but they're taking you away from the natural vitamin D, which is crazy to me.
I mean, look, if you're up north, you're getting restricted sunlight. You know what I'm saying? If you're in New York City, you're always pushed up on top of each other. I can go outside, and I live in a major city, but I'm not pushed up on top of anybody. You know what I mean? Like, so, and we do protect our elderly. You know, I'm down the street from a nursing home. You know, we protect our elderly. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you except for you should probably just move here. That's the only real answer.
Move to Florida. Everybody move to Florida.
Yeah, everybody move here.
Everybody move there. We have a comment online I want to read real quick because she told me to make sure I read it. I lost it. I lost the comment. No, I didn't. Okay. From Melina.
Yeah, and let me also clarify.
Yeah.
Not all our churches are like that. I can't say we're the exception to the rule, but I can just tell you the leadership that I'm with, we've gone along with what our city has mandated.
Yeah.
So
what's the name of the church you're with?
I'm on staff. It's called Christian Life Fellowship.
Okay.
But the other thing is that, when the government when we did that short lockdown in Florida, the governor said that churches were essential businesses. Like, we didn't have to shut down. I got a letter I could take anywhere with me that said I was an essential worker.
Yeah.
Never once did I have to use it. I'm just saying, our governor went to bat for the churches in the state. We shut down voluntarily, not because we had to.
And I think a lot of churches were like that even out here in Vegas. I know, the church I go to that I never go to, they barely shut down if they did, So it was the same thing. And I think, like you said, you give the people the freedom to make that choice or not, Yeah,
and look, COVID ran through our staff. COVID ran through our church,
Yeah.
You just make adjustments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, you pick up some slack, or you tell people to stay home and get better. Anyone I know that had COVID, they were out and then they came back.
Yeah. All right. So the question on Twitter, on Facebook, actually had nothing to do with COVID. So you don't have to worry about that. But
okay.
Melina said, I used to listen to him when I was locked up in 2008. His music helped me through a rough time. So thank you, KJ-52. And she also said last night when I posted the flyer on my Instagram story, she said, I used to love his music. And I said, he still makes music, so you can still love him.
Yeah, look, I don't take that personally, because realistically, we all come into like an artist at some point, and sometimes we exit,
Exactly.
And I'm always grateful to anybody that connects with me at any point. But 20 plus years is a long time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's crazy too, because I just did another Kickstarter. I haven't put out a project in a year. And it was just such a broad spectrum of people that support it. Even amongst my church, it's a broad spectrum of people that are like KJ fans. Like, it might be little kids, it might be the parents, it might be the dad, it might be an older guy. Like, I'm just like, I never thought that like rap would have the capacity to be like adult contemporary. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess we're all growing up. You know what I mean? Little by little.
Yeah, that's the thing. We grow up and we're still fans of the music we were fans of. So, we kind of stay in that genre. But you're right. I think we used to always think that, what's it going to be like when Snoop Dogg and Tupac and Biggie are considered like oldies music, And we're here right now. And it's,
That's the thing. Like, I don't think the younger generation understands that, because, look, last Wednesday I was asked to come speak, and I would have been fine just to speak. The guy's like, nah, man, can you open up, do a couple songs? And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, super insecure about it. I was going to do some music, I'm like, And it didn't matter. It really didn't matter with the kids, because, I have to put myself in their mind state. Like, when I was a teenager, I didn't question whether Bono was too old, or like, some rock band I listened to, or some alternative band. I just, you like the songs, you don't like the songs. That's really all it came down to. You know what I'm saying? And I think they don't know enough to think otherwise. It's really our generation. It's the Gen Xers that were like, no, man, we should be done by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Don't put me in your generation, KJ.
You're right. Absolutely. You're absolutely. I will say this. I found that Gen Z kids have a bigger understanding of the music, and now what's considered my generation, like the 90s hip hop, they look at it like classic rock. Like, this kid at that thing last week, he's like, yo, man, I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan. You want freestyle? I'm like, what? He's like, I don't like these trap beats. I want to rhyme over Dilla beats. I'm like, what? Who is this kid? Like, I have a kid in my church, loves Dilla.
That's
like, I got another kid, like, Nas is his favorite rapper.
Yeah.
And not, whatever Nas. He's like, Nas is Illmatic. Like, it's just,
So he's not talking about Lil Nas X.
No, he's not.
They're
fascinated. Like, any stories I might have, they're like, they just want to listen, like.
Yeah.
You go open up for Wu-Tang? Tell me what it was like. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. So
That's tight, man. Talk about your health excursion right now at the age we're at, because I just quit drinking soda a week and a half ago.
Okay.
I lost 7 pounds already just from quitting soda. Just from quitting soda, I've lost 7 pounds. And anytime I quit soda, I really try to quit fast food, even though I'm out there doing Lyft late at night. So
And I'm bringing you tacos tomorrow.
and you're bringing
night.
me tacos. Tacos is not fast food to me. That's a holiday. But listen, I love tacos. It's Taco Tuesday right now. I celebrated. I actually got $11 donated to me for my Taco
saw
Tuesday
that.
post.
Wow. Some people do love you, man. Look at that.
They do.
I'm not saying people don't love you, but when I saw that on Facebook, I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
that's
I got
awesome.
some Taco Tuesday donations,
Okay.
so I was really happy about that. But just me quitting soda, and there's more I want to do. But I lost. I'm at 201. I was 208 when I quit soda a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago. I'm trying to get under 200.
Okay.
Trying to get in the gym a little bit, get healthy.
Yeah.
It's not about I'm not trying to be buff. I'm not trying to look as buff as KJ. But tell us about that. Just the journey of getting healthy, being healthy. In the age we're in, we're in our 40s, KJ. We're in our 40s.
Man, I'm getting closer to the 5-0. So thank you for the nice words. But
Friendly reminder.
so here's my thing. I was a guy that like in 2000, 2001, 2002, I wrote 3 stupid hidden tracks. One was called Coke Fried Cheeseburger, another was called Give Me That Mountain Dew, and another one was called Popcorn, Beans, and Rice. So I was writing, these are hidden tracks. They were meant to be spoof songs. But they blew up in like
They're
the
classics.
youth group world, the church youth group world. And so I was driving everywhere. I was, 20 something. I was swigging down, just it's similar to you probably with Lyft. You're stuck in a car.
Yeah.
And you just eat what's available. So that was my lifestyle. Well, it started catching up to me by, late 20s, early 30s. I started getting the heaviest I'd ever gotten. I've always been a slim guy. I've always been like underweight, but super lanky. And for the first time, I was just looking at pictures of myself, which were on the internet, and I'm like, I don't like the way I look, And I got fed up with it. And then I did the wrong thing. I did all the opposite of what you're supposed to do. I did cut out soda and, I tried to change my diet, but then I was just like running way too much and just over cardio and just, I swung the pendulum to the other side thinking work harder, just work harder. And I wasn't losing weight. I was just getting frustrated. And, I did all the things, for years to try and get healthy. I did all the things you're not supposed to do, right? In the name of thinking I was doing the right thing. And, I just, I did stuff like, 45 minutes of running and no weight training. Or I would do, I wouldn't calorie count, I wouldn't like food log. I would just go to the gym, and then the reality was what I was eating was poisoning my body because I was lowering my immune system. And so I was chronically sick. I was flying all the time. I had constant sinus infections. And instead of learning that the body is the best defense mechanism, dude, I was just constantly getting medication and, sleeping pills to fall asleep on the road. And then like sinus issue, it never ended. And it really was cathartic because when my oldest son was born, he was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. So we what if we just change our diet to help him? And then we became organic Nazis, we were just like way over the top with the organic food. Again, and then I did all the P90X. I did the insanity. Again, way too much cardio.
Did you do any Tae-Bo?
What's that?
Did you do any Tae-Bo?
I did start taking workout classes with my wife. I'd be the only guy in there, come on, girls. It would be just again, too much. Did not understand weight training. Did not understand my own body type. They sell you a thing in fitness that one size fits all, and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My real change was when I started adding weight training, but weight training that I like to do. I thought you had to be a bodybuilder or lift the room. It wasn't that. And I just scaled back on my cardio, and just did the right amount. And to be honest, man, that's when things started really shifting for me. Like, that's when in my late 30s and early 40s, I was getting into the best health I had been.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with how I looked. It just had to do with, I never got sick again. I was never chronically with sinus problems. My skin started clearing up. But the reality was I was training for the stage. Like, I was training to be, you know, I'm like in my 40s and I'm like, I can't look like I'm in my 40s. I can't have these young kids out hustle me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, in KJ, the last time I rapped, it was 2009. It was in October. I remember everything. And I ran out of breath. I lost my voice, and I just put the mic down. I'm like, I'm done. And I was literally done forever because it's like, yo, this is different. When I was in my 20s, I could be on stage all day and had no problem. But I'm like, yo, this is.
You literally dropped
so I
the mic.
started training as if I was going to go on the stage. So I was doing what was called Tabata. So Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and you do it for 4 minutes. And I was doing all my training in that format. And what it does, it's like a high interval intensity training. And basically what it was doing, it was giving me this short burst of energy power that even if I got winded, my recovery was just incredible. So it just translated to everything. And I knew it changed my immune system. So I just noticed I wasn't getting sick anymore. I noticed that my skin was clearing up. I noticed that when I used to be tired, I wasn't tired. You know what I mean? Like, just, I can't tell you, you know, and the real reality was, and I finally started to like accept the way I looked, if that makes sense. Like, I realized I was not going to ever be this gigantic shredded guy. I'm 6'2" and my body type is very lean. So I was like, you know what? I'll just be the best version of me. Yeah. That's all I can be. You know what I mean? And it was a huge thing for me. And, you know, and I just did that. I've done that for years now. And it's been, I can honestly tell you, I have not gotten sick in years. Like, literally. I mean, I might get the slightest, you know, sniffles and it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, even in the last year and a half when COVID hit and I stopped being on the road, I started challenging myself. There's two things I do every day. Not every day, but just about every day. I started challenging myself with getting up early, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and running. And then I always took a freezing cold shower almost every morning.
Huh. Wow.
And that freezing cold shower, the days that I have my run and my freezing cold shower, because then I box at night with my son. We take a boxing class together. I can face anything that day because there's a study that shows that cold shower increases your immune system, your lymphatic system, but realistically, it's a mental training. Wow. You know what I mean? You teach the body to calm, and those things have just radically changed, you know.
See, and I trip out if the washing machine goes on while I'm in the shower and it gets like a little warm. So cold shower. Like, man, who else is using water right now? Yeah. Who's using the hot water? Wow, I didn't know that about cold showers.
Yeah,
good to know.
I just heard cold showers were to calm you down when, you know.
Well, because what happens is when it hits the body, it causes the body shock, and that increases blood flow. Blood flow increases your lymphatic system and your immune system. It raises that. But realistically, mentally, if you can teach yourself in the middle of that cold to calm yourself mentally, it just creates a mind-body connection. And I'm not trying to be weird like some new age stuff. It just literally teaches that you're in control anxiety-wise over your body. Because I'm like, dude, if I can do this, anything I face in the day is easy.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, the last 3 months of taking boxing with my son has been just a whole nother level. Like, it's been awesome.
And is that for cardio purposes or why boxing?
Man, I'll be honest. I put him in it because he was just, I knew that's what he wanted to do. Like, he didn't want to do it. I'm saying I knew that's what he would be good at. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there for an hour and I'm like, I'm in great shape. I'm going to kill this boxing thing. Like, within the first 3 weeks, I'm like, I can't do nothing. Like, so, yeah, I mean, again, you know, not to be arrogant, but like when COVID was coming around, I was like, I'm not worried.
Not worried.
Like, I spent 20 years in planes flying constantly, but like, all I've done is try to boost my immune system, you know, naturally. You know?
Wow. That's good. And I I had got COVID in November, and I thought it was a cold until I lost my sense of smell. And I'm like, oh, I guess I got something, deeper than COVID. And,
Yikes.
it's what happened. All right, man, let's jump into this music. You just dropped a new project 1 year ago, and I want to play that video in a second. Tell us about this, because you dropped an album a year ago, and you kind of retired the name, and now your name's kind of back. So explain that, because we had a big retirement party for you here on the show. We were sad, I had tears and everything.
Mentirosa Diablo.
And I say it all the time. Boxers and rappers are never really retired. You can't trust them.
They can come out of retirement anytime.
So okay, so let's clarify. And I've said this over and over, and I'll probably have to keep saying it over. And there's nobody's fault except mine. But I said I was going to retire KJ-52. I've always maintained that I was going to keep doing music, and for all intents and purposes, I did. I don't travel, I don't tour, and for the last year and a half, I didn't really release any music. To be honest with you, what I really lost was my inspiration. When that was over, when I dropped Victory Lap and all that happened, there was nothing I wanted to write about. There's nothing I wanted to talk about. There was nothing at all.
Yeah.
And it was because of COVID. It was because of the quarantine. It's because of everything I saw going on in the country. I just started writing verses based on what I saw, really for therapy for myself. And
so it was like KJ. Poetics, it was like KJ-19. It's like KJ-19 or COVID-52.
Yes. Every morning I spread it on my toast.
I spread it on my toast.
Yeah, man. So I just started writing things about what I saw. And, one of the first songs was Faith Not Fear. Another one was called Rise. It was about everything I saw going on racially in our country. And I just kept getting more beats from my man Poetics. And I just kept writing. I mean, it didn't dawn on me that it would be a project. And it wasn't until I wrote this song called 1 year ago, which literally was about what it sounds like. You know what I mean? And as I'm writing it, I'm thinking about it. It was really supposed to be about a conversation between me and the enemy. And then it kind of shifted. And then as I recorded it, I was in tears while I was recording it. Like it was just the hearing myself talk to myself. Yeah. What I felt was God talking to myself. I'm choked up, and I'm thinking this is crazy. Will anybody else resonate? Well, I sent the song, we finished it. I gave it to this group called Whosoever South. Well, he's like, dude, I really want to do something to this song. He takes it, gives it to his producer, who then really just fleshed out the song in a huge, huge way. So then he goes, hey, I'm going to go ahead and cover that, and I'm going to shoot the video for you.
Wow.
All you got to do is come up.
Nice.
And we'll shoot the video together. I'm like, bet, I'm there. Tight. So I drove all the way up to Georgia where he is, and we shot the video. And the irony was his next door neighbor had been a fan of me and him.
Wow.
Didn't even know that this guy lives next door to him. The guy had drank himself to death, was on his deathbed the day we came up to shoot our video.
What?
We got to share the gospel with him on his deathbed.
Bro.
And he died that night. So that,
wow.
I'm talking about the death of my career.
Wow.
We're watching the literal death of somebody. As we record it in a cemetery and this chapel. And the point being is it was very much about things dying and things coming to life. Again, I didn't think anybody's going to resonate with the song. Throw the video out. People were like, oh man, I really like this. And I thought maybe there's something here. That's where the Kickstarter came. I put the 9 songs together, and that's where the project came. So I don't really have words for how this happened except for to say that, God had other plans. You know what I mean? I guess I did what I always did. I just observe what I see going around me.
Yeah.
And the only way I've ever known how to speak into it is through hip hop,
And God's given you a voice, so obviously that's something he's going to use in any way he can. And so, I appreciate you being obedient to that too, because you could have easily said no, I already quit this. I'm not going to come back a year later and keep making more music.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I didn't believe in myself. You know what I mean? That's the truth of it.
Wow.
Is that I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think anybody was paying attention anymore. I didn't think anybody was listening.
Does age factor into that? Because we talk about that a lot on the show, how ageism in hip hop, Christian or secular, is kind of a very negative thing, and it shouldn't be. But did that have any factor, or just the fact that you've been doing it so long that
age. I don't know if age was as much a factor as much as that's a good question. Did age factor in? I think age. I think wherever you're at in life always factors into anything you do.
Yeah.
I think for me it was more going. Are people going to grow with me? Maybe that's what I wanted to say. You know, like, can I write this song where I say in the song, I understand the term Black Lives Matter. Can I say this on a song without my white fan base misinterpreting it? And can I say this on a song without my black fan base going, he's just pandering? You know what I mean? Like, can I say this now and people get it, right? You know, so yeah, I mean, I guess the reality is it's like everybody's grown. They've just grown with me. That's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I came back. I did my Kickstarter. It was 3 weeks. You know, funded it almost 300%. Like, people just are still dialed in. So it's a beautiful thing. You know.
Well, listen, I want to get into the video. 1 year ago, we got it pulled up, I believe. Yes, we do. Featuring Whosoever South. Right here, Speak Life Radio. We will be right back live with KJ-52. Make sure you tune in, share the show, tell a friend, let everybody know that he is on with us live right now. We will be back, and hopefully the fans, everybody in the comments wants KJ to freestyle, so we will see if he will do that for us right here on Speak Life Radio. Here we go. 1 year ago today.
Yeah, girls praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago. Like 1 year ago, I ain't know like where to go. I just had nowhere to roll. Every door appeared to close. I'm praying God would just clear a road. Them enemies suspending me and speaking fear into my soul. I heard him go, you should go and give it up. You should throw in the towel, we both know you had enough. You should lay it down, it's over, man, you know it's done. Where you gon' go, man, you know you never overcome. Talking junk, he's a punk, make me call it quits. Music biz, sometimes it's feeling like it's politics. But I know your tricks now, see I am not convinced. I could just fall to bits, I focus on the crucifix. But see, I'm tired and exhausted. I trying and I lost. The bridge is burning, then I crossed it. It's God's will, then I ain't gonna force it. In the meantime, I'm crying to the one who is my portion. Like, a year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago, didn't know just what I know. Then I found a hidden road and went to place I'll never go. God was on his way, told me hold a little more. He is mighty to save, I went through hell and fire, then I rose. But they told me that I'd never make it. Told me to say that I'm okay, smile, just fake it. Ain't no way that you gon' ever change it, you should just hide away. But all the time, man, you're breaking. The type of thinking is so toxic, so I fight my way out of every single spot I'm boxed in. I'm on the floor, me and God are steady talking. Told me, get up, boy, keep on walking. You ain't never lost it. And I'm reborn like a different man. Looking back, I can see he had a different plan. I can see it was all in his hands, so I keep walking out with him when I don't understand. But
a year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. To lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, yeah, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, a year ago seems like it should be a long time, but it feels like yesterday. Every night feel like I was losing my mind. Couldn't find the words, but should I let go? Turn loose and move on. It just don't feel right to me. So I stand up, hold on, and stay strong with everything inside of me. Cause Lord knows I've been down some bumpy road. Maybe that's what I'm built for. And only God knows just what my future holds. Still praying for a miracle.
Yeah, God's praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Back against the wall with nowhere to go. About to lose it all, but I didn't know. 1 year ago, 1 year ago. 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Wow, that is KJ-52 with 1 year ago featuring Whosoever South right here on Gorilla Cross Speak Life Radio. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I muted you, KJ. Yeah, I muted you because we heard some beats in the background. There you go. Perfect.
There we go. I'm back. Sorry.
Man, I love that track. The video is amazing. I actually was wearing a black shirt today, and I had to change because I didn't want to look like your video because you're wearing a black shirt with the bomber jacket. I'm like, I got to put on a different color shirt. But
well, I mean, look, I'm just going for the Johnny Cash vibes, I guess.
You know.
Yeah,
I love the track though, bro. I love that track.
The funny thing about the video is like we just rolled up on a cemetery that had a chapel, and that was all shot in just like a couple hours. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
wow.
It wasn't storyboarded. It wasn't planned out. It just happened.
No, it's a beautiful scenery, the lighting, everything. You know, the video itself looks great. The song is super powerful, man. I want to talk. I mean, the passion you have in that song, you could actually feel it. It's not just words you're saying. It sounds like you're saying it right then and there. Like that's the passion you have, and you really got that out there in that song. And I think we all can relate to that in one way or another. And I think that's really dope. How do you equate that when the passion you have when you write it, because you're really feeling that, and then getting in the booth, actually recording it with that same passion and being in the video with that same passion?
Yeah. So again, the original idea was to write. It was supposed to be a conversation between me and the enemy. Like I was going to say what he was saying to me, or what was going through my head, or partially what was going through my own head that I was telling myself. When I finally got it written to it was a totally different beat. I was like, it just didn't feel right. I got another beat from Poetics, which was that kind of piano rhythm with the drums, and that was about it. And I was just like, oh, okay, like this has more of a reflective feel. And so I just tweaked certain phrases and made it more about maybe what was going through my head. And then the hook, I just remember sitting there hearing the melody and just kind of going, 1 year ago, I was praying for a miracle. Like it wasn't meant, I was going to give it to somebody else to sing it. In fact, someone else did demo the hook and I didn't like it. And then I gave it to Rowdy, who's the guy in Whosoever South. He only sang his own part. So now I'm still on the song and I'm like, I don't know if I really like my voice. And the producer was like, no, we're not touching it. Like that's it, the two contrasts work. So the delivery never changed because that's how I delivered it when I recorded it. I do all my own recording.
Yeah.
There was actually 7 different takes because I'll be honest with you, I kept getting choked up while I did the second verse. I couldn't get the second verse out.
Wow.
Because I was hearing what I was saying and there was nobody in my spot. It was just me. I was hearing what I was saying, hearing what God was saying back to me. You know, get up, you never lost it. Get up, boy, you never lost it.
That's powerful.
Which was a tweak on the lyrics. So, they told me that I'd never make it was originally supposed to say, you told me that I'd never make it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So again, it was just what was happening in the moment, what I was feeling. I felt the emotion of what I was saying. I'm like, you know what? This is what needs to be captured. I kept it. And God bless, my 2 producers, Poetics, and then another guy who really fleshed out the song. His name is Asaf.
Wow.
And and then as far as the actual, the music video was, shot with a lot of stress going on, you know what I mean? With a lot of things behind the scenes. we were in that dusty little chapel. Like I was on my knees covered in dirt, and like we only had 3 hours before the sun fell. Like we just had to do it. So I don't know if I could say, I think what's happened, the only thing I've learned in my old age is that you go, I love this phrase, you chase the demo. You chase the feeling that you got when you demoed it.
Wow.
Right? And I'm learning that as I make music now, it's about what I'm taking out. It's not what I'm putting in.
Yeah.
So, and I just trust myself more, and I trust those around me more, and I don't overthink it. I just let it
just go with the flow pretty much.
So, yeah. Go. I used to overdo everything. I mean, that was my problem. I throw the kitchen sink at everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, nah, less is more, you know?
So I just want to let you know how I felt about the song. For those of you watching, obviously Quan already said it. This is my first time ever on this show. Not only that, never met KJ. First time I ever even heard a song of his ever. I cried during this song. I don't know if you saw me, Quan. I don't care. We could talk about being real. I mean, that song touched me. Like me personally, I don't talk about all my personal stuff, but last year was rough aside from COVID. I've gone through a lot of stuff, even just in general in life. And some of the stuff you said, man, it got to me. And I'm getting choked up now. Like, you know, when you're basically saying like, you know, get up, you know, it's not over. And, you know, like having your back against the wall and like that really got to me. You know what I mean? Like I've gone through a lot in this previous year, and I mean, I've never met you. You know what I mean? And it shows how powerful that song was. You know, thank you. I mean, thank you for that song. Like I'm gonna make sure that I download it and keep it so I can hear it again whenever I am going through stuff, because that song right there just proves to you that no matter what you're going through in life, pandemic or not, personal or not, mental or whatever it may be, it's never over, man. Don't ever give up. I mean, just great song, bro. Great song. Sorry, great song.
Thank you.
Good, man.
I love. There's a verse in the scripture that says we know in part, which means that there's other people that know what we don't know. And I always felt like when I demoed it, it was just missing something. And that's why I ended up giving it to Rowdy, who's a good friend of mine. You know, like I gave it to him because I didn't share this. And I think he would be okay because it's not like he hasn't talked about it. He had just lost his son about 3 months prior.
Wow.
Tragically. So his part that he's writing is about him processing the emotions of the last year in losing his oldest. And there's something about that he brought to the song. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, you know, he's like a country rap guy. I don't do country rap, you know what I mean? But there's just something about like the honesty of like country music when it's done a certain way that I like it. There's an honesty about it because, you know, rap and country have similar, they're people with lesser means doing the best they can to express themselves. So there's just something about that. I was like, this makes sense. But the song is really chopped in half because it's his part and my part. We don't ever team up. So we were really both bringing both our pain. You know, we were bringing our pain to God and going, yeah, we're not okay. You know what I mean? Like, but like you said, my man, and I appreciate that, is like, sometimes you got to have a conversation with yourself. Like, just get off the floor, man. Like, just when you can't stop, just keep going. You know what I mean? You can't stop, keep going. So, yeah, appreciate that. That's why I named the album that, because it was a reminder to me where God has brought me. Like, we had a sucky year last year, all of us.
And that's good, you know, I mean, because it relates to everybody. Like I said, you know, the whole title of the album is relating to everybody, because we all know, I mean, this year is going to be a historical year. It's going to go down in American history as the craziest year, especially in our generation. It's something we'll never see again. I talk about it all the time. I was driving down the Strip almost a year ago. We closed down in Vegas on the 17th of March, so about a week away from when the Strip closed. I was there that night right when the casinos at midnight are closing down, and it was the craziest scene. And then the next day driving down there with all the streets closed, with everything closed, with lights off on the casinos in a 24-hour city. And I was taking pictures and videos because I'm like, we will never see this again in our generation. In my lifetime, I'll probably never see this again. And it was wild. So I think we could all relate because we've all went through stuff, or we've lost people, or we know people who lost people. It was a rough year. And like Jose said, beyond COVID. It wasn't just COVID. There's people were still going through regular stuff that they would deal with every year, just beyond COVID. And then you have this COVID on top of all that we're already going through, all the stresses we go through, all the thoughts, all the depression. I had a lot of friends that had suicidal thoughts, that went through mad depression. I know, Jose, you even talked about it on social media not too long ago, how it was just a really rough year for you, and you're expressing it now, through this song.
Yeah, well, it was on January 1st, New Year's Day. I basically posted that, people make fun of me or not, whatever it may be. I had suicidal thoughts last year. You know what I mean? I'll say it. I'll be honest. I'm banned from Circus because I cannot go there anymore because I was escorted out because I won't say who. Someone called the cops and said that I was
remember
threatening.
that day. You hit me up.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? Like, that's why that's one of the things that clicked inside of me when I was listening to that song. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to go back and backtrack, but yeah, man. There's, I don't know. It's funny how God works. You invited me tonight. You didn't have a co-host. Never met KJ. I had a rough year. This song hits. God does what he does for a reason, man. I'm sorry. It's just,
100%.
It is. Yeah.
100%. He doesn't make any mistakes. His timing is real and perfect.
And I think that's why, for me, that's why I realized you'll never lose inspiration if you're willing to engage what's going on around you and in your own life. So I was like, oh, I don't have to sit around and wait on another fresh punchline bar.
Huh.
Like, okay, maybe we're all going through this, so.
And that's what's dope, because you are known as a sometimes gimmicky, sometimes punchline, a lot of bars, a lot of creativity. And in this song, this is your heart. And I like seeing that side of you where this is like, no, this is my passion. This is my heart. This is what I'm dealing with right now. And I love seeing that side.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's funny. I'm looking back now on some of the stuff I wrote. Like, some of it is like, it might have been something like my pastor said, like I pulled that line and it became I just wrote it down, or it might have been like I wrote a song, the first song on the album is called Born Day. It's literally what happened on the day of my 45th birthday. I wrote down what I did, and that's what the hook. I say, I got up early on my born day. Like, who gets up early on your birthday? I wanted to see what the Lord had to say to me on my 45th birthday. Like, you hear me processing all the feelings of what it means to hit this, this day, this age, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, all I gotta do is just write down. Well, yeah, I know how to rhyme cat with hat and bat. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just take it from there. I guess that's.
All right, I got another song I want to play, and I talked to you about this last week or a couple weeks ago, because Jose wasn't the only one crying listening to your music, because I definitely got teary-eyed when I was listening to Sign of the Times. You have a legend, and talking about a year ago. This, it was a little over a year ago, or just under a year ago. I can't remember exactly when it was, when Mr. Solo of Gospel Gangsters had passed away. And man, just hearing his voice again and hearing him on this record was crazy, because he was one of my favorite rap artists back in the day. I mentioned it to you. I've been listening to Christian hip hop from the beginning. I listened to Carmen, rest in peace. Yeah. They would call him Christian hip hop in the church, and like, that's not really hip hop, but I'll listen to Champion and I'll play Jesus in the boxing ring. But Gospel Gangsters were the first rap group in Christian hip hop that I was actually not ashamed to play in front of my secular friends, my friends at school that listen to hip hop, my hip hop head friends. I could play that and they could actually relate. A lot of Christian hip hop back then, there was no relatability unless you were in the youth group, in the church. That was it. So Mr. Solo definitely was a timeless type of artist. His voice, the way he spit, the way he spoke to the streets, but spoke to the streets through his spiritual lens, was always amazing to me. So when I heard his voice on your record, bro, I like literally was getting teary-eyed, because I'm like, man, this is Mr. Solo. And there's so much stuff. Like, we never interviewed him. We were supposed to talk a million times. Like, we chatted on Facebook all the time, talking junk about Lakers and Clippers. We would go back and forth. He was a Clipper fan. I'm a Laker fan. So, we would talk about that, but we never got him in the studio. But just talk about that real quick, getting him on.
Yeah.
And, I know you told me some stuff about this verse. So talk to me about that real quick before we play this track.
Yeah, crazy story behind that. So I met the Gangsters. They were actually the first guys I ever met. It was 1994. Oof. I was 19 years old. I flew out. First show I'd ever flown out to was in Huntsville, Alabama. Opened up for them. And the crazy thing about it was I was like you. I was just a fan. I was a giant fan. And, they just showed me so much just genuine love. Like, just genuine, and there's no reason they had any reason to, talk to me or be friends with me or anything.
Some white boy from Florida.
It was just really bizarre. Like, these gangbangers, white Florida kid wearing flannel, looking like a grunge rocker in Huntsville, Alabama. It didn't make sense on paper, but obviously Jesus was our united thing. And their manager gave me a word, while we were praying together. He says, when you come back from the show, God's going to introduce you to the person you're going to marry. And I remember coming back from the show. I'm like, where is she? And I dated all the wrong girls. But within a couple months, I met the girl that I've been now married to for over 20 years.
Wow.
Nice.
And again, I didn't see them again until years later when I got my record deal. It was like the show had happened the day before. Like, they remembered me. And it made me realize, it's the ties of a gang member. Like, once you're in for life.
Yeah.
And now we're peers because, I'm touring, they're touring.
Yep.
We never really did shows together, but we were just homies from that point forward. Again, Solo was my favorite guy. I reached out to him around 2005. I said, I'm going to do a producer record. I'm going to produce all the beats. I'd love to have you on it. He was like, sure, I'd love to jump on it. That verse is from then.
So this verse right here in 2001 is from 2005.
Maybe 2006, somewhere around there. That project never came out, right? All those songs were scrapped. I just had the song. I lost the vocals, right?
Wow.
And technically, you could say those songs belong to my previous label.
Technically.
But again, it was just one of those projects that just got lost in the mix. Nobody cared about it. The label folded, whatever, things move on. I had the original song, which is not the verse. When he passed, I did a tribute podcast with me and Derek.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
And again, during the pandemic, I start searching through all my old hard drives and my old computer. I find the original file.
Wow.
And I found his verse.
Wow.
And I just sat there, and it's really two verses. You don't hear the second one, but I just listened to it. And I'm like, man, this is super relevant right now. Like, he's talking about just the craziness of the world and the signs of the times and all that stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if this is salvageable. I send the verse off to Poetics. He builds the entire beat around that verse.
Oh.
But I wanted to do right by him and by his family. I gave it to his wife. I said, hey, it's just a verse. Do with it what you will. And she's like, oh, I love it. Thank you so much. But I'm going to use it for this, this, and this, and this. Well, time passed. I find another verse that I did. I put it on the beat. I'm like, oh, this kind of works together, right? And I reached out to her. I said, hey, I have two verses. Would you mind if I gave you the other one, which is even more prophetic? And if you hear the other verse, you'd be like, no way. Because he actually talks about his death.
Wow.
In 2006, he says, if I die, don't cry for me, homie. I'm going to rise because I'll be in the sky, homie. He talks about his death the way Tupac would talk about his death. So I said, would you be okay why don't you take that verse that's more applicable to me, to you, than to me? And I said, can I have your blessing to use this on my project? She's like, absolutely. So what you heard is that, but then I'm like, something's off. Like, it can't just be me and Solo. We couldn't come up with a hook.
Yeah.
I went round and round and round and round, and I reached out to Tehran from Grits. I said, I've asked a bunch of people. They've either flaked on me. I said, would you be down? He goes, I would love to. It'd be an honor.
Wow.
That's where the song came through.
And just so all the viewers and listeners know, he did not ask me. I would have got on it. But I'm going to play this. And I was amazed when you told me that last week because This sounded like something he would have done, a year before he passed. That's how relevant.
It's that old.
That's how relevant the verse is.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow. All right, we're going to play that track right now. If you could mute your mic for me, KJ. We're going to play that track right now. Sign of the Times off the album 1 year ago. We're going to come back and close it up with KJ right after this track. Sign of the Times featuring Teron Carter of the Grits and Mr. Solo of Gospel Gangsters. Here we go.
Dear God, I was wondering if we could talk a second. A lot of your kids down here, they ain't learned a lesson. A lot of us is stressing right just where this world is heading. It's like you had to take it away for us to pay attention. Yeah, we miss your blessing, worry now about what's next. Loss is just a bullet, fear is just a weapon. Early morning I was dressing, this is getting depressing. So I start confessing all these prayers that I was sending. Lord, look down and watch out for my mom. Plus my pops and all the others about to lose their jobs. The nurse and doctors, can't forget the cops. I pray for those who took a loss, I pray for this to stop. I'm looking to the cross like every time I'm feeling lost. It's like we wanna go somewhere, but we can't even walk. Looking outside my window, man, it's looking dark. That's when I call to you, and I hear you talk.
We've been dying to live, learning how to forgive and won't ever forget. Suffered many regrets, a nation divided. We stand ready and willing for war. Can't take the killing no more, but vengeance they say is the Lord. We living in the last of the days, so trust me, time is too precious to waste. So clutch it, splitting all the wheat from the chaff. His children, the chosen from fate to his grace. Lawlessness the people's thorn. Biblically we all were warned, willingly we all ignored, and can't afford to pay the price. Babylon a sacrifice, Sodom versus paradise. Cause it was all good just a week ago. COVID got us choking and the politics are in control. I guess it's just a sign of the times, in the world full of game and people for the lost
Sign
soul.
of the times, I'm on the front line. It could get ugly, I bear a 9. Sometimes I feel like nobody loves me if there's a crime. I grind though the block could get bloody. Still mob, got me seeking God, locked in the study, cause he's a friend. And to the end I stick with my buddy, elude the wicked. You righteous, we could kick it like rugby, and I'm like putty. Molded in the hands of the maker. Hail from the land of the Lakers, they call me the landscaper. It's mine, I demand acres, make them pay what they owe. Plus it's stored up for the righteous, right? Say it ain't so. Yo, let me drop a riddle, then let me rock a little. My neighborhood is full of hurt people like a hospital. That's how they got brittle and hard like brushes. They've been abused and refuse to use God like crutches. They want justice. Like breakfast, they've been beat like egg yolks. I mean, you gotta lean on something when your legs
We've
roll.
been dying to live, learning how to forgive and won't ever forget. Suffered many regrets, a nation divided. We stand ready and willing for war. Can't take the killing no more, but vengeance they say is the Lord. We've been dying to live, learning how to forgive and won't ever forget. Suffered many regrets, a nation divided. We stand ready and willing for war. Can't take the killing no more, but vengeance they say is the Lord.
Yo, that is Sign of the Times. KJ-52 feature Mr. Solo right here. Get the album 1 year ago right now. And as we always say, don't just stream the album, but buy it. KJ, really dope song, man.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to put on stuff that you selfishly want to put on.
Hey, that's good. That's good. This whole album is tight, man. And I really do hope people go out and get it. I know we only played 2 songs. He has a song featuring Brian T. Talk to us real quick about your link with Kingdom Music, man, because they've been doing a lot. I love their grind. I wasn't a big fan of their music when they first came out, but it's definitely been growing on me a lot because their grind is amazing. And they're actually going to be out here the 19th in Vegas. I'm not sure the exact address, so we'll get that for you for anybody listening or watching in Vegas. But talk to us about that link up with them.
Yeah, so one of the guys that now works there was a good friend of mine.
Diego.
He's still a good friend of mine, but his name is Ofe.
Oh, I thought it was Diego. Okay,
Calderon. Cool. Used to be with Jam the Hype. And so, honestly, man, he just was reaching out to me. He's like, yo, you should totally do a song with Brian T. Like, you guys would totally connect. You would link up. I think you have similar hearts in what you do. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, he's still touring. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, he hasn't stopped touring. Like, he's still, pulling people 200 to 500 people in the middle of COVID. I looked on it and I was like, this guy has not stopped being booked.
Wow.
So he's like, yeah, I'm trying to expand his sound. He goes, you think Poetics would do some beats for him? Because Poetics is like my main guy I use. I said, yeah. So Poetics did a beat that I was just really feeling that ended up he gave to him. And he's like, yeah, Brian don't want no chorus. He just wants verses. He just loves you. You know, he just wants you to bar up. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I just write a verse for this project they were going to do. That was going to be to just reach people. It was a compilation. I said, but the only thing I asked is let him drop a verse for me. I think I got a beat that he would rock on. And that's all it really was, is we just had this exchange. But again, I had never talked to him, right? This was all through a mutual friend. He comes down here where I live as he's, again, nonstop touring. And we end up shooting the video for his project, right? We shoot it down here where I live. You know, I hooked up the location. The video is crazy. Like, I mean, the video actually, like, gave me a real boost of, like, this new fan base that's, like, the Kingdom Music fan base.
Yeah.
And then he ends up coming back and playing my town. So, like, comes back again, plays, like, literally 2 miles from my house. Like, I could walk there. And that was when I really got to know him and hang out with him. Like, just an incredible servant's heart, no airs about him, just all about the ministry, but just, like, my wife didn't know who he was. We roll up. He walks up to my wife. He goes, hey, can I get you a bottle of water? And she's like, sure. And then she walks off. I go, that was the headliner, you know? She's
That's
like, really?
great.
I'm like, yeah. Like, and then he, at the show, he's like, hey, I want you to open up. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't really come. I just came to hang out with you. He goes, no, I want you to open up my set. I go, you want me to be the first thing that they see on your show? He's like, yeah. I'm like, nah, let's not do that. Like, you know, I mean,
That's
so
funny.
The point was the 2 songs that we did them both live. They just really connected with the crowd. Yeah. And honestly, it was just, I mean, over the years, you connect with certain people and certain people are like, all right, they're all right.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that, like, we just have the same heart. And look, you got to respect the fact that they've not missed a beat.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a grind right there. That's a legit grind.
That project. Yeah, and when that project dropped, it was like #1 on the Christian chart. Like, it blew everybody out.
Yep.
Like, it was just insane. So, I mean, that's all it really came down to. You know, I mean, the verse he dropped for mine was just a simple song about I believe. And then when I finally met him, all he wanted to do was freestyle with me. He was like, he just wanted to go fishing and freestyle.
That's great.
And I, like, took him to my Cuban spots. Like, that was all it was. I was like, this guy's the best, you know? So I met the whole crew and I met the whole, you know, all their people and stuff. So yeah,
that's great, man. Shout out to Kingdom Music. Like I said, they will be out here Friday. I believe it's a Friday, the 19th. So we will give you information for that. We'll post it on the page and everywhere. KJ, before we let you go, you know what the fans want you to do. Are you willing to do it? I think some people only turned in for you to freestyle.
Of course.
All right. Do you got a beat or do you want me to?
Well, it's March 9th. I got a beat over here.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn my beats down.
Okay.
I'm going to turn yours up. This is KJ-52. He freestyles, folks. And this is off the top. This isn't the you know, this is real. There we go.
Yep. How's that coming through?
Sounds good.
Is it coming through all right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think it's March 9th, the death of Biggie right there. So let's find just a few minutes with Quan 5'9". My name is 52, man. I'm quite feeling fine. Over here, every time I flow on the blessed side, you on the west side. That is the best side. And now I got to boast because I'm on the East Coast, chilling with that left coast. Let it flow. Every time I flow, hey, made a new friend. His name is Jose. Yup. And I just have to talk to boss. I'm just a gorilla repping for the cross. Yeah, that's how I break it on down. When I spit it with the sound, you can do it right now. Yep. And now I assume I'm a freestyle, but I'm going to go just in your chat room. Let's see this going right here. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to keep it quite clear. Dang, now that what the heck has happened? I can hear myself freestyling just while I'm rapping. Well, that's not right. That's not tight. That's not Christ. Well, now I assume it would be better if you could just read something in the chat room. Yeah. Could you do it now clear? Tell me something they was just saying just right there.
Brian Lowe Sanders said KJ super dope.
Could you break it on down? Give me the topic. When I flow with this. Better yet, shout out to the dude journalist. Yeah, I'm about to slam ya. That is my man all the way from out of Canada. I meant to say Canada, not Canada. Hold up. Now, blah, blah. I meant to say Canada. That's right. That's the place up top. It's all white. Yes. And I throw it forward. That is Canada. We call it the Tidy North. When I blow it on out, that's the Tidy North. I live in the dirty South. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not boring ya. Come on now, Quan. Why don't you move now to Florida? And you can see me while I'm flowing. You can drive now the lift because we're all wide open. And I'm chosen just when I'm spoken. It's all about Christ because my life was so broken. Well, that's now tight, man. I got to cut the freestyle. Dang, it's late. All right? It's late. It's very late. It's like midnight here. All right? I got to go to bed.
It's late. You got to go to bed. He's got to feed the kids in a couple hours. Dude, KJ-52, 1 year ago, is out now. Make sure you guys go get it. Buy it. And then stream it, and then keep streaming it, and keep streaming it. Share it with a friend. Like we said, the title track, a lot of people need to hear that, but the whole thing, you got 9 tracks on here, is full of some really dope stuff. So make sure you guys go buy that album right now, support the artist, and we will get KJ on again soon, man. We always love talking to KJ, so he will be on again. I appreciate you getting on with us, bro.
Absolutely, man. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you,
nice
sir.
To meet you, man.
Pleasure meeting you, man. Have a great one.
Later, guys. Peace.
That was awesome, bro.
That was KJ-52, and we are, man, go get the album, man. That was dope. There's a lot of meat and knowledge in that conversation right there. Jose, what do you think?
That was awesome, bro. I mean, you saw my reaction, and it was all natural. I don't fake stuff. I mean,
I'm not faking the funk.
That song, that album. I mean, I already got the album. I put it on my phone as we were speaking when you were saying it. I saw it pulled up. That second song was cool too, and I mean, I wanted to ask him something, but obviously it was already done. But my biggest thing was when I was a kid. I don't know if I ever told you, I was an altar boy. I used to go to church all the time. I used to help the priest. I used to go on Sundays. I used to go on school on Saturdays. I used to like it a lot, but none of this was around, or at least not in my side of the church or my side of town growing up. Like if I knew about Christian rap when I was younger, because I grew up in South Central LA around, the Tupac, Dre, this and that, Snoop. So gangster rap, all that. Like if I would have known of this type of music, this type of hip hop, I mean, my horizons would have been a lot different. You know what I mean? But it was fun, man. That was awesome.
That's dope.
Definitely.
That is dope. Listen, man, we're going to get Jose's here to review some music with me.
Let's go.
He said he's been wanting to do this for a while, right?
Yeah. I'm excited.
Right. He's excited.
I'm not nervous no more. I'm good.
That's good, man. You shouldn't be nervous. There's no reason to be. I'm going to pull this up in a second, so just bear with me, folks.
So you got a good amount of people?
What's up?
You got a good amount of people sending their stuff tonight?
Yeah, we got enough. We definitely got enough.
Okay.
Not too many, so I don't have to be here all night, but we got enough.
Definitely.
All right, cool. The first one is Young, who is it? D. Wills.
Okay.
Featuring Young Priest the Preacher, who won last week, and Shy Moye. This song should be dope. But listen, man, we're going to rate it 1 through 5. If you guys are listening and watching it in the comments, rate it with us 1 through 5. And we will go from there. And the winner gets $10 for $10 Tuesday. And it's Taco Tuesday. So
buy me a taco.
Yeah, we'll get tacos afterwards. Here we go. This is the first song, Mercy on My Soul, right here, Gorilla Cross, Speak Life Radio.
Lord have mercy, this tears hurt. Gotta cry out to the sky like, is it really worth it? Put my heart and my soul in every single verse. Please have mercy on my soul, for I'm in the dirt, yeah. Lord have mercy, these tears hurt. Told mama I try to talk to the Lord first. Been hoping for better days, but they getting worse. I wanna live, but I be dreaming that I'm in a hearse. Lord have mercy.
I know it's gotta be better days than we seeing now. You can see the devil running rampant, yeah, he's showing out. All this chaos around me, what's it all about? Still holding on to faith, cause really I don't wanna doubt. I experience so much pain, sometimes I sit and cry. Knees hurting, heart heavy,
steady when I talk to God. They say don't ask no questions, but I'm asking why. We need to hear the truth. This world full of lies. Got thoughts on my mind, I can't shake it time. Yeah, it really hurt me when my grandma died. On Facebook, I go back and see her reply. Usually I'm feeling strong, but not this time. She witnessed when I changed, so I crack a smile. Praying for my people, I apologize. Sympathize with the little ones and they weeping eyes. Congruent with these lines, we from different sides. Walk different paths, but we know the vibe. The rain may pour, but the sun will shine. These tears hurt. Gotta cry out to the sky like, is it really worth it? Put my heart and my soul in every single verse. Please have mercy on my soul, for I'm in the dirt, yeah. Lord have mercy. These tears hurt. Told mama I try to talk to the Lord first. Been hoping for better days, but they getting worse. I wanna live, but I be dreaming that I'm in a hearse, yeah.
Lord have mercy on my soul, I feel I wanna quit. I've been broke so long, I can't even find my home within. I roll my boat and get my motion in. And watch me sail off the greatest. Lord have mercy, cause you know that's why I'm soaking in. 8 years later, we still act like this. This will kill us cause we didn't have times like this. That's why it's passion every line I spit. They say to cook up with my issues in a pot like this. God has greater and that's something that I need to know. That was my way to keep me low, you know the easy road. I would sit up in my room where it's freezing cold. Locked in like a Smith I chose, even though I'm dying slow. Trying to get my faith up, yeah, it's time to wake up. I'm tripping, everyone shooting, but I'm stuck with layups. Trying to pick my face up, I was sleep, now I fight to stay up. I pray cover my soul before my stay up.
These tears hurt. Gotta cry out to the sky like, is it really worth it? Put my heart and my soul in every single verse. Please have mercy on my soul, for I'm in the dirt, yeah. Lord have mercy. These tears hurt. Told mama I try to talk to the Lord first. Been hoping for better days, but they getting worse. I wanna live, but I be dreaming that I'm in a hearse, yeah. Lord have mercy. Have mercy. Have mercy.
Yo, Mercy on My Soul, D Wills featuring Young Priest the Preacher and Shy Moye, or it's all three of them, I don't know. But, Jose, I'm going to let you go first, man. You are a first-time reviewer. I don't want to give my opinion until I hear yours, bro.
First verse started off good. I think the chorus carries the song more than anything, if I'm being honest. I think the chorus more than anything is what carries the song. I think it's the best part about it. If we're going 1 through 5, I'll give it a 3.
Okay. There you go. Get a 3 from Jose. And listen, Jose is a fan of music. He's new to Christian hip hop, through Gorilla Cross. Basically, he does a show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. West Coast time, right here on Gorilla Cross Radio. Does a sports show called Straight Bet Sports. So if you guys can tune in tomorrow and watch his show, he's on with us a lot on Unnamed Sports Show as well. So he's been on the network for almost a year. Actually, your first show was about a year ago.
Yep.
It was the night Lakers' first game after Kobe died.
Yeah.
Because I remember you came here and I was watching the whole thing and I'm like, had a red face. But
tough night.
But yeah, so Jose is a fan of the music, so you're getting a whole different perspective. We usually have people on that have either, like myself, done music before, have a studio, do engineering, do production, sing themselves, whatever the case is. This is just a fan listening to the music, so you guys are going to get a whole other perspective tonight.
Correct.
Once again, if you guys are watching live, please share the live video stream with your people, especially if we are reviewing your music today. So, Shy Moye emailed us an exclusive unreleased track that we're going to play right after this one. We're going to play Keisha next.
Okay.
I think she said it's an older track. But my thoughts on that last song, man, I really did like it. I like the vibe. I like how it started. Shy Moye, like you said, the hook was super dope. I do like the whole song. I want to listen back so I can get more into the lyrics and see what it was all about. I didn't hear everything in there. I was doing some other stuff too. But as far as, the hook, the vibe, the beat was really good. So I did like the track. I'm going to be hard on you guys, though. Be harder on you guys. But I will give that one a 3.7 because it was definitely a really good vibe. So I liked it.
So we can do points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah, all right. This next one, yes, 2018 from Keisha. All right. Okay. I haven't heard any of her older stuff. I just know the stuff she's been putting out recently. So I'm interested to see what Keisha sounds like back in the day. So here we go. This is Keisha with Vibe right here. Speak Life Radio live music review show. Here we go.
Yeah. Hear people like to talk about me, man. It's all good. I love you, though. Let's go. I told y'all from the beginning that I was in it to win it, but y'all just couldn't see me do it. I ain't focused on the jokers with their motives. I'm just focused on emotion and the motive in the music. Haters whisper cause they bitter that they quit it, so they whimper over pictures cause we did it and they didn't. You can have it if you want it, but you're more concerned with Keisha than you are consumed with Jesus. Yeah, I said it. Then you gossip in my absence and then smile up in my presence. I don't get it, but it's fine, it's sublime. Since you love to spread a rumor, spread a fly, tell them meet me at the show around 9 cause it's live. Caught a vibe with the spirit when I write it. You can feel it, gave me favor, now I aim it when I spill it. I'm just saying I ain't playing when I grill it. Got bars from the heavens, or the Jesus with the lyrics, you should fear it. Did you think that I was kidding? I was spitting something fiction when I said that I've been cooking in the kitchen. Call me chef, call me wolf, gang pup. I've been serving with the left, I've been rhyming like a Dr. Seuss book. I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe? I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe? It's ironic and iconic that I used to sit in bars sipping gin and tonics, now I'm spitting bars. Why you mad? Cause I made it, cause he loved me, cause he saved me, cause he grabbed me, now I'm shining like a star. You ain't happy, you ain't clapping, but you yapping, yeah. You ain't dissing me, homie, you been dissing God. Don't you get it, can't you see it? It ain't me that you been hating, I ain't do this, I'm a vessel of the Lord. Either way, I ain't tripping, I ain't stopping, taking all like a rockin' man, I'm popping like an ad. Think I'm cocky, I ain't cocky, I'm just grateful and I'm tired of dimming down on my light cause you mad. I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe? I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe? Man, I know you more qualified than me, bro. Straight up. I know you rap better than me, sis. It's all good. Don't bother, competition is nada. I don't try to make a rival, I'm just focused on my body. Wanna beat me, wanna join me, wanna hate me, wanna take me, wanna bait me, I won't take it, I ain't gotta. I'm just trying to count coin with the order so I can serve the youth and give them cash every quarter. I ain't playing, I'm a servant, so I'm serving, using rap like a sermon. Don't you get it? Yeah, you like it, just admit it. I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe? I'm just on a high right now, I'm just living life right now, Why you trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe, trying to kill my vibe?
All right. That is Keisha with Vibe right here. Speak Life Radio live music and video review. I will go first on this one. I like the track a lot. The track was really dope. The vibe, even when that way she said vibe, like the hook was really dope. I was really feeling it. Her whole flow pattern during the whole thing was really tight. Going to the video now, there were some really dope shots in the video. I love the graffiti background. I love the background with the water. I wasn't in love with the green screen effect backgrounds because they were so random. If the whole video would have been green screen with different effects going on, it would have been cool. But it's like you have all these natural, really dope scenes in it, and then all of a sudden it jumps to a green screen where you're saying stars, and like you're just randomly in some stars, and then God, and then there's like lightning, and then there was another one with some clouds or something like that. That kind of threw me off because it just didn't match the rest of the video. But other than that, the rest of the video was really cool. Like I said, I love the graffiti scene. So that part was really dope. But other than that, it was just the effects. So I will give that one, and I really like the track a lot. Like that's a really dope vibe. The beat and everything is a really dope vibe. Okay. Because the song's called Vibe. But I did like it a lot. I will give that a 3.8. and it would have been a 4 something if it wasn't for those effects in the video.
So then we're judging the video as well all together with the song?
Yep.
Oh. So I thought the song was dope. Honestly, the way you said it, the way her flow patterns were, the way she was rapping, it kept going. Like, I'm a big Meek Mill fan, and the way he raps, it kind of reminded me of the way she was rapping, just the way she was going with it, completely perfect. Everything she said rhymed and makes sense. And the stuff that she was saying was just awesome. Now, granted, going back to the video was a bit tough, like you said, with the green screen, but I like the graffiti part of it. I wish she would have stayed more in that aspect of it. Lyrically, though, I thought it was a dope song. I mean, if I'm going based off of the song, I'm giving the song a 5. But if we're doing everything with the video and all that, I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you're giving the song a whole 5.
I really liked the song. The song was dope.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, it was like, boom, boom, let's go.
Hey, Keisha, I do want you to email me the song.
And I can see she's on Facebook watching. So, Keisha, awesome. I love the song.
Yeah. So, let me, where am I at? All right, cool. All right, we got another track we're going to play. I haven't even listened to it yet. I haven't even pulled it up. I haven't even downloaded it from my email yet. But it is Shy Moye. And when I get into my email, I'll let you know the name of the track. The name of the track is Don't Cry featuring Supreme. Right here, Speak Life Radio. I already like the guitar.
Told me tears was a sign of weakness. Yeah. Don't cry. They told me tears was a sign of weakness, but I tried. Hurt my heart when I see baby girl cry. Ain't shed no tears the day I found out that my granny died. They told me get up, gotta be strong for you and I. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt you. I never talk about it, but sometimes I hurt too. Thank God, cause I'm learning to survive. The worst advice is you can tell somebody don't cry. July 13, 2017, yeah, I got the news that the day before was my last day to talk to you. Seemed like every day was a memory I can pick and choose, but I choose just one more day that I can speak to you. Swear it hurt when I found out you was gone. Now it made me wanna pour my heart in every song. Now I think of you every time that I do something wrong. Sometimes I call and wish that you can pick up the phone. Can't nobody take your spot, even though they might try. My intent for us to be strong, never make you to cry. Understand, baby, I'm trying to be a man in your eyes. Take care of the fam, you and all the baby boys that can ride. I'm steady out here working hard, yeah. Work the night shift just to make sure that the family's great. Y'all my day one struggles I never meant to make. But I promise when I make it, it's gonna be better days, yeah. They told me tears was a sign of weakness, but I tried. Hurt my heart when I see baby girl cry. Ain't shed no tears the day I found out that my granny died. They told me get up, gotta be strong for you and I. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt you. I never talked about it, but sometimes I hurt too. Thank God, cause I'm learning to survive. The worst advice is you can tell somebody don't cry.
I want it on your heart and I'm not even gonna fold. Pain it got me down, but I'm really wanting more. Bringing out the best of me, I'm trying to see the goal. And love it got me messed up cause it turned my heart cold. Know I'm falling down and I'm stressing on the hurting. I can't live forever, so I'm moving in a hurry. And feelings never change unless you really want them turning. And you will never lose if you feeling like you earned. Playing with my life and I'm not even trying to tell. Steady showing hate to the people that mean well. Lost about the trenches, everybody gonna fail. Streets don't give you nothing, they see the death of you in jail. I'm trying to be the best, they trying to watch your brother fail. They don't really love you, they gon' fold if you ain't fair. I'm trying to get a bag and put my family on a meal. They saying that I changed when I can only keep it real.
They told me tears was a sign of weakness, but I tried. Hurt my heart when I see baby girl cry. Ain't shed no tears the day I found out that my granny died. They told me get up, gotta be strong for you and I. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt you. I never talked about it, but sometimes I hurt too. Thank God, cause I'm learning to survive. The worst advice is you can tell somebody don't cry.
All right, that is Don't Cry, Shy Moye. He said his brother was on the second verse, which your brother got skills too. I don't know if he's ever been featured on a verse before of anything we've heard here. This is an exclusive for for the show called Don't Cry, speaking to the depressed men, letting them know it's okay to cry, even though most of us have been taught that crying is weak. And I mean, we experienced that on the show, tonight even, and it's not a weakness. I think people need to and deserve to be able to show their emotions if they're going through it. And depression is real, and we talked about that a little bit with KJ, especially during the pandemic, during this past year. It's been even heavier than normal. So Jose, I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Chorus again.
My bad. There you go.
It's all good. I like the chorus again. Really did like the chorus. I like lyrically what he was saying, what the rhymes were actually trying to basically portray and tell you in the story that he's talking about. And like you said, I did catch that. Before you even said what he was talking about with the depression stuff, I kind of caught that in general. Like, it's okay. You can cry, you can let it out. I thought the last verse kind of was very, very good. Like, it finished off the song good. I mean, like, in the beginning, between the song, I was enjoying it, but it really wasn't like that great overall. Not to be too rough, but that final verse and then the chorus overall just, I think, made the song happen. So it ended really, really good. I'll give it a 3.7.
Okay. I like this song a lot. I mean, Shy Moye is becoming one of my favorite artists that we've been playing, and somebody that everything he puts out, man, I could listen to. I could put that in my car. We've already added one of his song on the radio station, which is super dope. If you guys don't have the Gorilla Cross app, make sure you download that. We've been adding some new music. We have a new one from Scribe Music. We have a new one from Shy Moye, a new one from Japo the Sun featuring Young Priest the Preacher, and a new one from Lamar Riddick. So make sure you guys download the Gorilla Cross app and listen, man. We got 24 hours of music being played. And then we have sports shows. We have a lot of other stuff going on too, but we have music playing most of the day on the app. So make sure you guys check that out. So Shy Moye is really, really becoming one of my favorite artists, man. That's all I got to say. I liked it a lot. Jose's over here taking Instagram videos, but I did like it a lot, man. I'm going to give it a 4.0.
Okay.
Because his brother has some skills too. And you could tell it's not the same vibe as Shy Moye. But I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. I was really vibing to that. Okay. So, yeah. Next song we got is my man Trax. Let me pull it up. It's called All In, right here, Speak Life Radio. Oops. I gotta make my noise first. This is All In from Trax, right here, Speak Life Radio. Okay.
Like their name was Nemo. I am on a mission trying to win souls. Yeah, we share the same blood like we kinfolk. Oh, look, I let my light shine. Growing in the spirit, yeah, C9. Moving forward like I
All right, that is Tracks with All In right here, Speak Life Radio, right here on GorillaCross.com. I'm going to let Jose go first on this one because I got some opinions that I want to hear Jose first.
All right, so this one's going to be harsh, and I got to be I probably felt towards the middle part of it, right before the middle part, probably a good verse there. But aside from it, it wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling the vibe. The sirens in the beginning to me just were a little bit too much with the beat. The beat was decent, could have been a little bit better, I think. Just the overall flow, the style, the way it came out, just, I don't know. It just wasn't for me in general. Like you said, I'm a fan. I'm not in the music game. But me in general, it's a 2 for me. Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
All right. I would have liked the track a lot better if it was mixed better. It wasn't hitting hard at all. I had to turn the volume way up on it as opposed to all the other songs we've been playing. So I'm not sure if it was mastered, if it wasn't mixed, but it could have been way better because I definitely feel like it's a show track that would just go super hard at shows, right? But the mix was just not there at all. It should have been like really hitting hard. The hook should have been louder. The verses should have been louder. I think I felt like it would have been a dope song if it would have been mixed right. And I think that's what, coming from a consumer, if it would have been bumping, I think Jose would have felt it in a totally different way because that's supposed to be a song you feel.
Yep.
You know, and I couldn't feel the song because the volume was low. It wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to hit. The bass wasn't hitting it in my headphones. Man, good track, but same thing, man. I'll give it a 2.2.
Ooh, because
that mix could have been way better, man. If you would have mixed that better, I think that song would have went. Be conscious of that. And I know you've been making music for a long time, Tracks, and I know you're coming to Vegas soon, hopefully. Maybe next month or maybe this month, man. I don't know. We got Gil Gaspy coming on the 26th for a live in-studio interview and in-studio concert, the first 180 hip-hop studio concert ever. So we'll be talking about that more in the next week. But, man, if it was mixed better, I think it would have just been a real dope track.
So
all right.
2 it is and 2.2.
Next song we got is Jericho featuring Rehab called My Divorce.
Okay.
Very interesting. So we will get into that right here, right now. Speak Life Radio.
The truth.
Last day of school, Christmas break, and even Santa Claus came to the classroom. I wanted to go home and play with my sisters. Hug my mom and let her know that I missed her. Dad's on the sofa, scoot over. Dad, I talked to Santa Claus today. He said he's working on a Ninja Turtle pizza thrower. You ever seen a grown man cry? I'll never forget the tears that poured from my father's eye. Hunched over, me and your mom ain't gonna make it. Dad, quit playing. What are you saying? Your mom, she's leaving me. No, Dad, it's Christmas time, plus we family. I never heard about divorce, cause every Sunday morning we was on the front row of the church. But I heard him preach of an angry God. I'm like, Lord, what did I do wrong? Jesus, please don't be mad at me. And whatever you do, don't take away my family.
I understand, son. The truth is, I failed you. And I want you to know, I am so sorry.
Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cry right along with you.
Of the past we was dreaming, And if we could see in the future, I'm sure even my mama would have left louder, kicking and screaming, cause we was living in a motel, not the hotel, far from the Holiday Inn. Big city, just trying to make amends. And you never know how much it hurt seeing my mama drive a bicycle to work. For what it worth, she was on her grind. She prayed so much she nearly lost her mind. And I didn't think I could face it, seeing my mom and my sisters move downstairs into that basement. I wanted to kill myself. Looking back, I was crying out for help. And mom, sometimes I know it seems so hopeless. You would've worked 6 jobs to keep your kids from being homeless. And mom and dad, sometimes our personalities wrestle. Forget a house in my heart, I built y'all a castle. And in my mind, nothing ever went wrong. We all live together in a happy home.
Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cried right along with you.
And they would talk about my daddy, and they would talk about my mama. I was just a young kid, I didn't need all the drama. And mom and dad, I don't blame y'all for a messed up childhood. I understand that y'all did the very best that y'all ever could. And now with my past and childhood, finally now I'm at peace. Cause joy don't start in this world now, it comes at my Savior's feet.
Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cried right along with
All right, that is Jericho, My Divorce, right here. Speak Life Radio, live music and video review. I'll go first real quick, man. We only got like 15 minutes left, so we got to speed it up a little bit. But I like the verses on the track. The beat's cool. It's definitely a deep song. So, I mean, it's kind of touching on stuff we've talked about tonight. It's kind of that, you're getting that vibe of, just emotions, emotions are being pulled. I didn't love the hook, especially the girl's voice on the hook. It was it almost sounded cheesy. So when the hook came in the second time where it was the guy's voice, it made the hook sound better, but it was still kind of like a basic hook. So I get it, but I just wasn't feeling it. So, man, it's a good song, and he's a really dope artist. I just think there's things in some of these songs that they could just be tightened up a little bit, and I don't know. The hook was my mama. Okay, it was his mom on the hook, so that makes more sense. Okay, I like the song. I just wish the hook was different. I wish the hook was different, not even necessarily because it was your mom or whatever, but I feel like the lyrics on the hook were a little too basic. I think there's a way you could have got a little more creative with it and made it something that was a little more catchy for the song. But cool. All right, I will give that a 3.1. Jose, where you at?
So lyrically, I like the lyrics of the song. I really do. That I liked a lot. Now, if we're gonna critique music, obviously you gotta like all kinds of music. So I like slow, hip hop, this, that, music that hypes you up, whatever it may be. As long as I like the lyrics, I like the beat, whatever it may be. The beat wasn't the greatest for me. The hook needs work, definitely. You know what I mean? Like you said, not to take anything away from anyone's mother, whoever was on the hook, just needs a little bit of work. Lyrically, though, I thought it was a great song. I felt the song. I felt the lyrics. Obviously, I've been through a divorce already. I know what that feels like. I grew up with a single mom, my pop's not being there. So I get that whole connection. but I wasn't feeling it overall. Like it's not something that I would say that I'm gonna play on a daily.
Yeah.
So if I would give it a 2.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. We have a couple more tracks to get to, and then we're going to close the night out. I'm wearing a new shirt, man. I got the shirt delivered. I didn't even know it was here. It was sitting by the door in the hallway. Really dope shirt. I love getting free stuff anyways. But I love when the free stuff is quality and I can actually wear it, because I've had people send me stuff before that I'm like, why is the neck down here? Why are the sleeves all curved? But this is a shirt that it's Gyra Apparel. I hope I said it right. Let me know, journalist, if I said it right. Gyra Apparel. I will put that up on the screen because I actually got it right now. Check out their website. They got a lot of dope gear, really fresh. And the shirt is quality. It's like high quality. The logo's dope. But they got a lot of stuff, man. So make sure you guys check that out. Follow them. Gyra_apparel on Instagram.
Nice.
They got hats. They got shirts. They got a lot of dope stuff. So make sure you guys go check it out right now. And please, if you guys have gear that you want to send, that you want to promote on the show, we will promote it for free if it's dope.
I'll put it on, definitely.
And if you want to be a sponsor of the show and actually give us a little money, we'll have ads. You see the little ads in the corner. We could put you on the ads. We got a lot of stuff. But listen, if you want to send me a free shirt and it's dope, we will rep it on the show, and we will give you a shout out. Look, this is free. We're not getting paid to shout out Gyra Apparel. We like it. It's dope. I like the shirt a lot. There you go. See you once again. So make sure you guys go check that out and follow them and go get a shirt, GyraApparel.com. Make sure you go do that right now. So we're going to get into the next song. I'm going to let Jose talk for a little bit. Tell them about your show, Jose, as I get this next song set up.
So Wednesday nights here on Gorilla Cross Radio, Straight Bet Sports with me and my buddy Rob G. Just basically chopping it up, man, talking sports. We talk sports betting from time to time as well. We try to give you guys a basically over-the-counter type perspective. Got a good show tomorrow night, so if you guys are going to tune in here, 9 p.m. West Coast time, 12 a.m. East Coast time, we got Ezequiel Borrero, which is Tito Trinidad's nephew. He's 4-0 professional boxer, so we're going to have him in the studio. Should be a fun show.
He's in the studio?
Yeah, he'll be in studio.
Okay.
So that's even better because I know in studio is what Quan likes.
In studio is always better, bro.
Of course, definitely. It's fun. So
in
it's a lot
studio
better.
Is always better.
Better interaction.
All right, this next song is from another one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
My man Lamar Riddick, which you need to send me that code for the shirt again. But this is Lamar Riddick with Said So right here on Gorilla Cross Speak Live Radio.
Speed up with time. If they ask you what I want, this ain't what you want. Tell them stop camping big fun. Give me my reward, I'm moving forward. Just my rights to business and fedora. Take your mask off, this ain't Sephora. Might just take a trip to Bora Bora. If it's something on your mind, it be direct. Let them say the sentence, get them jagged. Ain't no other way to get respect. Can't let you in my circle with no secrets that are kept. I just made a joyful noise and I don't need your ad lib. Please remove that bass about your voice, just a tad bit. Gave away the bag to my daddy, made the bag flip. He told me he coming back one day and I better be hitting bag flips. The marathon continues only if the spirit in you. I done ran into a couple demons at a couple venues. When I spit lyrics, they'll grill you up and put you on the menu. When you mail, watch out for the tramp stairs that they try and sing you. It's time to take my turn, it's time to take my turn. Give me what I earn, give me what I earn. Why you look concerned, why you look concerned? Please hold your words, hit me afterwards. Let's speed up with time. Cause I said so. If they ask you what I want, cause I said so. This ain't what you want. Cause I said so. Tell them stop camping big fun. Cause I said so. Give me my reward, I'm moving forward. Cause I said so. Just my rights to business and fedora. Cause I said so. Take your mask off, this ain't Sephora. Cause I said so. Might just take a trip to Bora Bora. I've been patient, I've been waiting, but it seems I've been forsaken. I've been cooking, I've been baking. You were egging me on, and now I'm getting that bacon. I took a risk and nails on lock, bracelets. I live by the blood, platelets. Can't hold me down, weightless. I was petrified, I will survive. El Shaddai will provide. If I die, be advised. I'm waving by, don't hit my line, I won't reply. In the end time, you can highlight in the skies. I'm flying high in the sky. In the meantime, I'm getting mine, I'm getting by. Don't ask the reason why, you know the reason why, God, come on. It's time to take my turn, it's time to take my turn. Give me what I earn, give me what I earn. Why you look concerned, why you look concerned? Oh yeah. Please hold your word.
is Lamar Riddick with Said So right here, Speak Life Radio. I love that track. We obviously we're already playing that track on the 24-hour stream. It's in there. But the video is dope too. I love that he had the lyrics on there. A lot of people will just make a lyric video or just make a video. I like the fact that he kind of had both on there, and the lyrics weren't overwhelming. It wasn't taken away from the video, but if you wanted to look at the lyrics, you could without it, taken away. Let me catch you wearing a hoodie and a beanie playing basketball in the gym, though. That looked way too hot, but I know he wanted to rep his brand, Revive. And was somebody lifting him up when he was doing those pull-ups?
I don't know.
It looked a little too easy.
It looked too easy for him.
Especially rapping on the mic still. I love that track. I think the video was really dope, really smooth. Like I said, the lyrics were cool having those on there. I will give that a 4.1. I love that track right there, man. Said So, Lamar Riddick. Make sure you guys check that out. Jose, how you feel?
You took the words right out of my mouth. The fact that he had the lyrics on there, I don't know if you saw me while I was listening to the song. I was basically rapping the song as I was going with it because you can enjoy it a lot more, in my opinion. Now, it didn't look too cheesy either. You know what I mean? Sometimes you could put stuff out there and it looks like captions. It didn't look like captions to me. Like you said, the video was still there. The beat, the lyrics from the jump, from the beginning just got you interested. It had me vibing. If you guys were watching the video, I was into it. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I thought lyrically it was great. I thought the video was really good for however it was made, wherever he was at. It was just a normal standard video. I'm running around. I'm doing my thing, and it fit the lyrics as well, I think. I'm giving it a 4.5, man. I like it.
Dope. All right, the last track of the night, my man, The Journalist. The song is called, what's the song called?
Oh, he gave it a 4.7, by the way.
Till Forever. He said this is the only track we haven't reviewed off his EP. This is The Journalist, Till Forever right here, Speak Life Radio. Last track of the night, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in.
The truth.
How does rapping fit in my life? How do I balance my kids, ministry, and my wife, and still have time for the studio and the mic? Maybe it's time to close these curtains and turn off these lights. I wrestle with the thought of retiring. Writer's block hits me hard. I find nothing inspiring. Hip hop is too much dancing, man. Shots firing. Not many MCs out that I'm admiring. Nobody even goes off the top anymore. Freestyle's a lost art. I fight to keep it the core. Now it's all pre-written. They claim it's improvised fitting. The culture in prison, the land so far from the living. See many trends come, then they go. See double time rhymes turn to chop and slow. Hip hop's changed, man. I feel I missed the boat. Surviving in these waters, doing that dead man's flow. Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah. Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah. Cause this world is a place full of temporary things. Broken kingdoms run by these broken kings. Broken things people love to cling to. I'm holding tight to the Lord, his eternal truth. Whether I preach in the pulpit or spit in the booth, love of God is something that I will never lose. The seasons come, soon they fade, but one thing that remains is the Ancient of Days, and I'm his child. Whether I rap or not, reconciled to my father, man, I'm blood bought. You can't separate us, whether you like it or not. 3 chords tight enough forever not. I can't ever put down the banner of Christ. I can't stop singing Hosanna, man, he gave me my life. I can't water down these bars when I'm on this mic. I'm forever loved by Jesus all day and night. Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah. Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah. So go ahead, say I can't rap anymore. The age decides when I should walk out of this door. Go ahead, say I'm washed up and old school. I rap the roots of hip hop all day to these fools. They sit on thrones of decay, rap about getting paid. Sickness from their lips, they're digging their own graves. That's why when I write, I rap the one who saves, the King of Kings, the lion with his eyes. Step out out of your dark, walk out of your chains. Praise the one who reigns, whether it shines or rains. Takes your shame, and he can heal your pain. Cause fame is nothing but some heavy rocks and chains. My identity's not found in what I do. Trials by fire, he has always seen me through. See the message of truth through every scar and bruise. How can I not praise the one who's forever true? Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip-hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah. Forever I'm a husband, father and son, lover of hip-hop, a brother to one. Forever I'm an MC, whether I stay or retire. Till forever, I'll represent the Messiah.
All right, that is The Journalist with Till Forever. I think we lost the Facebook feed, so hopefully everyone is good enough to jump on the
Twitter,
YouTube right now. So make sure you join us on YouTube. If you're on Facebook still trying to listen to me, then there's nothing to listen to. But that's the last song of the night anyway, so I will jump on this one first. Same thing we've said before about all the tracks you've sent. You have to let it breathe a little bit. I don't think the hooks let the song breathe. It's just verse, hook, verse, hook. There's nothing in between, really. Some of the ad-libs were too loud. I would put those under the verses, not above them. But overall, like, I like the verses a lot. I wasn't really feeling the hook. The hook is too old school and too choppy as far as like being just like almost another verse. It's not really hooking me in. It's not, just vibe with the hook more. Have someone sing on some of your hooks. Do some different things and experiment with that. That part of your songs. With everything that we've talked about on the on all of your songs, I've kind of said the same thing about all the hooks. So your next project, make that something where you really take that and be conscious with that, and make better hooks. Because the hook, you could have bad verses and the hook could make a whole song if it hooks you in the right way. So. I give that one a 3.2 because I did like the verses a lot. Jose?
I like the beat. I like his sound, like his actual voice. He reminds me of Remedy, old school dude from Wu-Tang back in the day. He does remind me of that. Not a big fan of the hooks, though. I didn't really get it, if that makes sense. But the only thing that really carried the song, in my opinion, was the beat. The beat kept me going. Lyrically, I like what he said. But the way some of the lyrics and the verses were put together just didn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 3. But like I said, he did remind me of Remedy. I was looking it up. I was trying to remember the guy's name, and I'm like, okay, he sounds just like him. But I'm giving it a 3.
Oh. All right. There you have it, folks. Jose, man, I appreciate you coming on, getting on with us.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Getting on with me. I'm here by myself in the studio. But I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you got something out of what we were doing and what, KJ was talking about it and his music and everything. So I appreciate it. Hopefully we get you on again.
Yeah, man.
To review some of this music. So make sure you check him out tomorrow and every Wednesday, 9 p.m. West Coast time, right here on Gorilla Cross for Straight Bet Sports. And tune in to me. I will be live on Thursday for Unnamed Sports Show. I got a 15th ranked UFC light heavyweight Jamal Hill. He will be live on the line from COVID protocol. He has COVID.
Oh, you actually were able to get him?
And he has a show. I mean, he has COVID.
Yeah.
Right now, he tested positive, but he has a fight on the 20th of this month. So we're going to talk to him about that, see if that fight is still on against 14th ranked light heavyweight Craig Paul or Paul Craig.
That is interesting because he posted about that.
Yeah, I always get mixed up on what his name is. I think it's Craig Paul. There's a Paul Craig. I don't know. Look it up, Jose. But yeah, so we will be here live 2 p.m. on Thursday, in 2 days, right here on Unnamed Sports Show, me and my boy Josh Williams. So I will see you maybe Friday. We might do a show Friday, but probably not. Probably be next Tuesday. So make sure you guys check it out. Next Tuesday's show, we actually have I think that's next Tuesday's show. Is that the 16th? Yep. We have a domestic abuse survivor. And we're going to have a couple other people that have dealt with domestic abuse on the show. So I don't think we're interviewing any artists. It's going to be a different show next week. So if you guys have dealt with domestic abuse, if you know women that deal with domestic abuse, make sure you get them on the show. There's a survivor story. So yeah, we'll talk a lot about that next week on the show right here on Speak Life Radio. Please share the live video stream every time we go live, and please share the replay of the show with your people. If we review your show, we really do appreciate when you chop up your review and post it up on Twitter. I mean, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, and tag us in, and make sure you tag me at Quan59 and tag at Gorilla Cross. Once again, if you missed the interview with KJ-52, it was super dope. So make sure you guys check that out. He did a freestyle for us too. So shout out to my man KJ-52. Once again, get the album 1 year ago. It's out everywhere, wherever you stream music. So make sure you guys go get that. Peace. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and staying up late with us. Once again, right here on Gorilla Cross Radio. For Jose V, KJ-52, and the rest of the crew, I'm Quan59, and we are out.